water or anything?
Please, yeah. I'll have it. I can have it. Yeah, go on, bring it.
This is Josh Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Izzy Asif here in Sheffield. Izzy, a very stressful fight week for yourself, I can imagine, but we're here, press conference is just wrapped up, getting closer to fight night now. Are you starting to settle down a little bit and just get ready for fight night?
A little bit. I'm normally looking a bit sharp on this time of the week, but now I've been a rough week. Listen, we had a roller coaster of a week, emotions of something happening, not happening, fights pulling out, potential light heavyweight European title fight that we've lost. Then we've got back on again. Now it looks like it's not going to happen again, but we're in the business, boxing business, and I'm afraid this is what you've got to be dealing with as a promoter.
Obviously, just on this card though, regardless, still great talent from top to bottom on the show. Obviously, a shame about the matchups maybe not going through as desired, especially for Shaq and Pitters. This Santos fight has been being chased for such a long time now, and right at the final hurdle, it's gone. But you're just delighted to just have a show on Friday night, regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing is we've got a show on. We're going to showcase all the talent we got from the two Shaq attacks, Shaq and Pitters, Shaquille Thompson, Dante Dixon, Reece Mole, Ed Hardy, Taz Nadeem, Lewis. It goes on and on and on. Really a packed out card. We've got 11 fights on. I'm grateful it's all happening. Yeah, we've had a bit of bad news with the Tyson Gallagher fight not being offered the title fight, and now the Shaq and Pitters, but We've shown what we're about. We've shown the grit we've got. We'll carry on, and Friday night we'll make sure the viewers at the Zone get a good night of boxing with great talent, top to bottom.
Just on Shaquille Thompson, obviously an interesting report came out a couple of weeks ago that there was talk to him potentially being in the running to face Janibek for the world title. Can you confirm on any light on whether those rumours are true or not?
Yeah, no, it was true. I got the phone call myself. I took it. We're really close to happening. They were really keen on it. He's the only British undefeated fighter in the top 10 with WBO. So he's undefeated. You got your Denzel Bentley there. You got Brad Pauls, I think he's in top 10 as well. But they've all, obviously not got an unbeatable record. They wanted that for Zanibek. Shaquille Thompson's been rising. He's talked about a lot, and yeah, the fight were really close to being made. I thought at one point we've got it done. Nearly booked the tickets, but we've come together as a team. We've sat down and didn't work out to what we wanted, and unfortunately we didn't get it over the line. But this is boxing. It's got to make sense for the fighter. But Shaquille Thompson believed in himself. I believed he'd be an absolute nightmare for Zanibek. But listen, maybe that fight will happen down the line.
Are you just at this stage? Obviously, I feel like the big talk point with GBM is always going to be how fresh you are in the scene compared to these other promoters. Even though you do hold a solid spot on the Zone now. To have a world champion so quickly, and especially in the case of Shaquille Thompson, where we know he's going up the levels, but we didn't think he'd go from River Wilson Bent to Janibek within one fight. But it just shows that the faith that not just you guys at GBM and the team have, but clearly these governing bodies have as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Listen, we believe in our fighters. I know my job is to promote them, and we're not around, but Shaquille Thompson warrants. People might be surprised about this fight, but he's number 9 at the WBO. We've not paid for that ranking. We've got that on merit. He's got that on how he's performed. He's got that on the fights and the performances he's made. And yeah, we've got these opportunities. It is a big jump up for relatively new kind of promoted outfits. But anybody who knows me knows I'm daring. I like to roll the dice. I like to do it different. I like to do it my style. I don't follow a rule book. I don't follow any particular way to promote. And we just come across these situations, scenarios, and we deal with it, and we just keep pushing and keep trying stuff and different stuff and some stuff that excites me, because this boxing promotion can sometimes get a little bit stale if you're not trying, being diversifying, being dynamic. And as a promoter, I'm always pushing my teams. Let's be different. Let's try something different. Let's be daring. So things do happen, and I think this year is going to be the year where GBM have potentially 1 or 2 stadium shows, potentially our first world champion, potentially our first world title fight on. I think it's a year that will make some statements.
Just on those stadium fights, there's always a little bit more interest when we hear an outdoor show. There's always that little bit of extra excitement in the air. Who are those candidates that could be headlining these stadium shows for GBM Sports?
Listen, I can't give too much away because we've got an announcement coming into this, but we've penciled in a date for a huge outdoor stadium fight. Yeah, we're expecting to get over 10,000 people in there. There's going to be a world title on top of the bill, but we're looking to do maybe 6 or 7 title good domestic title fights, no names on the same card. It's going to be a massive card. It's going to be a huge card that we would have dreamt of putting on. Never mind cards that you hear about, great cards. It's going to be one of them cards. Think, wow, GBM did that in a certain venue, and listen, I'm excited. I want it to be announced. I can't wait to tell you now, but I'm under obligations. I would love to tell you everything right now. I can't. But in good time, not long future, 2-3 weeks, there'll be a huge announcement and we'll be announcing the show.
I mean, I'm already excited just hearing it. I wouldn't expect to hear a stadium show already. Just looking at this journey, I know we always do this every time I speak to you, but just looking at this journey, it just seems GBM go from strength to strength in what they do. Did you expect, when you sat down at the beginning of this year, did you expect to have a stadium show penciled in within a month of the first year?
The crazy thing is, I actually said in an interview with somebody last year, I said we're going to have our first world champion fight and first. I was probably just kind of half bullshitting it, but it's come to kind of surface. It's crazy that some of the stuff I've said 2-3 years ago, I said we're going to be a massive outfit. And it just seems to happen, and we just keep rolling the dice. And did I think it's going to happen this quick? Some part of me yes, some part of me no, but I'm just enjoying the ride. And I know one thing with myself is I want to always push myself, whether it's an outfit, whether it's a promoter. I want to be daring, I want to try different stuff and, bring different stuff to the game. And these kind of things will always happen with us. But yeah, that excites me, that really does. Like just saying it to you there, an outdoor stadium fight with the first world title fight on, potentially 6 or 7 title fights on, equally posed, good names. Of course, that's what we're in the game for, putting them kind of nights on.
Well, I'll make sure I'm there. Is he just moving away from Friday night? We've seen, again, the boxing world ever moving. Big announcement recently. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. It's over the line, Tottenham Stadium, April 26th. Sticking with the theme of outdoor stadium shows, how excited are you to see this massive domestic grudge match?
Oh, huge history, huge name, huge family names. And listen, it's going to be one of them. Say whatever you say, you're going to tune in to watch. Everybody wants to see it. That's why it's a box office fight. That's why it's going to do Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's why it's going to sell ridiculous amount of numbers online. They've got the rivalry in the family. They've got the personalities who I believe generally don't like each other. It's a promoter's dream. And yeah, one I'm looking forward to. One I'll definitely be sat back, hopefully be there ringside watching and kind of looking forward to entertainment, because I think it's going to be entertainment, including the build-up.
Who do you think wins out of the two?
See, activity-wise, obviously Conor Benn's had a bit of inactivity. For me, the weight thing's a big thing. The weight thing, how much does it hurt Chris Eubank Jr. to get down to the weight? And is Conor big enough for that weight? That is it. Who's going to be... Because I don't believe there's too much in him boxing ability-wise, but I believe who's going to be the most comfortable at the weight will determine who gets the win.
Do you believe, obviously not just Chris Eubank Jr. getting down to 160, where we've seen here is a bit of a struggle for him now, but that rehydration clause within the contract as well, he can't weigh in over 170 pounds the next day. Do you believe that could hurt him as well? Yeah,
of course, yeah. Listen, it's because how Conor's looking at this is we're moving up anyway. So, you already got advantage, but I know Chris Eubank, what the rumours is potentially struggling to make the weight, and is that rehydration clause going to be the kind of thing that can push him over? I don't know. I'm sure they'll work hard and get the right nutritionist and make sure they get it right, but it makes it interesting, the weight thing, and it is important. And I know I've seen comments where they say it's only £10. While it is important when you know your fighter's struggling to make a certain weight, having that rehydration, going into that ring fueled up properly, energetic with the right fuels in, is extremely important. So to get that right is going to be an extreme fine line, an important factor for the nutritionist and the coaching team. But I'm sure they employ the right people who'll get that over the line. And listen, it's going to be entertaining right from fight week. I think you're not going to see, they're going to be vocal. It's genuine dislike to each other, a lot of family feud, and I think it's going to be one that I'm looking forward to.
Just last one from me, Anthony Joshua versus Martin Bakole. According to Benchlam, Martin Bakole is signed set to take place in Congo in the summer. Do you believe that is a fight that is going to happen this year?
Yeah, listen, who knows? You see a lot of stuff on socials and internet. I think age is a big draw wherever he goes. I'd like him to fight that Daniel Dubois fight again. I think maybe he wants that as well. AJ's got that about him. He gets back in. The Bakole fight, interesting for Africa. He's a kind of an unsung hero. Bakole come from nowhere, always in the background, and now he's got the interest for the heavyweight division. And if it happened to be a great fight, but I don't know. I don't really look into rumours and potential fights until it's signed, sealed, announced. That's when I know it's happening.
Fair enough. Well, Izzy, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you on fight night.
Cheers, thank you.
Perfect.